you can just, get your colleagues ready for those who have not joined, who would want to join today's class. Get them on board. I mean, bring out your notepad or whatever it is you used to take your notes. Joel will be with us shortly and we'll kickstart in just 2 minutes time. Thank you very much for turning up once again. So let's just hang out for like 2 minutes and then we'll get Mr. Joel to take the mic. Yeah, good afternoon to those just joining us. We are 1 minute away from liftoff. We have Joel Adekboju with us. He's marketing lead at Falcon Aerospace. So I'll just, warm the mic a bit before it comes on in a couple of seconds. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Dorcas, Atalo. I see you, Destiny. Thank you, interesting people. Thank you for taking your time to be here today. And with that, I'll be handing over to Joel for today's class on branding with AI. Joel, you have the mic.
Thank you so much, Michael, for having me. It's really been it's really, I mean, it's a privilege to be here, and I'm super excited. Let me know if you can see me clearly. Yeah, and if you can hear me clearly as well. I really appreciate your favorite emoji, a thumbs up, a fire emoji, or whatever you have. Okay, awesome. So please, you give me a minute. Let me share my screen so that we can just jump right into it as well. Okay, give me a sec. Probably I'll just have to share my entire screen so that, okay, give me a sec. Okay.
All right, so Joel is rejoining so he can share his screen. And while he joins, we'll just, keep on doing what we enjoy doing here, which is share ideas and challenge ourselves to, think about influence. So I asked a question about the assignments before. Okay, John, yes, joined us back. All right, Joe.
Okay, can you see my screen? Please, can someone confirm that they can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for that, David. My name is Joel. It's a privilege to be here, and I really don't take it for granted. We'll be talking about building brand identity using AI tools. Branding is something I love so much because I've actually been in the brand development space for a while, and also as someone that has been into marketing as well for a very long time. We are constantly, talking about brand positioning, brand strategy, brand guides and all of that stuff. And it's really it's this particular message is really dear to my heart because of the different portfolios that I've been privileged to occupy, for the past couple of years that I've been into this. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Building brand identity using AI tools. All right. So who is Joel and why should you even listen to him? All right. So I'm Joel and I am a seasoned growth and marketing strategist with over 7 years of experience. I've actually been in the digital space for a while. I have been privileged to train individuals and multiple businesses across sub-Saharan Africa under the umbrella of Upskill Universe. So we train businesses on, how to position themselves globally, from Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, I mean, even South Africa as well. I've been privileged to actually interact with businesses across these different regions and culture to kind of understand what businesses really, really need, right? And I mean, the experience has not just been exciting alone, it has been a learning curve for me, right? And out of this particular experience is what I'll be sharing most of the things I'll be learning together today. So, I mean, I've really been at the forefront of actually empowering businesses and also not just doing alone, but I also walk the talk, right? I don't just teach, I consult, and at the same time, I also engage hands-on. I currently lead marketing at Falcon Aerospace. We're doing business as VivaJets. It's actually an industry that is really, really not out there. It has really been a learning curve as well, ups and downs, but then again, an industry where you're looking for the 1% of the 1% to charter a private jet, to acquire a private jet, or to even say, yeah, I have one that I want to sell. You can imagine, right? So at every given opportunity, we're always looking at how we can connect with the top one of the 1% that can actually hire or charter a private jet consistently. You just taking one off trip does not cut it for us. That's how do we stay in business, right? So bulk of the work that we do, branding, partnership, brand positioning, ruthless execution, I mean, there's a lot, at the back end that I really can't begin to exhaust at this particular, meeting. But yeah, it's really, really been a lot of work, right? So I kind of bring not just the teaching aspect, but also hands-on and the challenges and the learnings as well, right? And also beyond my corporate role at Falcon, I also do like I said, I work with NGOs. I mean, I've volunteered with a couple of, in fact, as a matter of fact, I started my career as a volunteer, a content developer, which I now grew to become head of media and then director of partnerships. And then, and the rest is, they say it's history, right? I have been in the tech space for a very long time, even if I'm currently not actively working for a tech-centric brand that probably has a mobile app, as we all know, and they're trying to build. This is we do B2B and B2C as well, right? But I really have a solid knowledge as to how the industry works. So I'll be bringing most of the things you'll be learning today are from this particular experience. And I want you to have an open heart, right? Most of you, the things I'll be saying here today are things that you're familiar with, others you're not, right? So I really want you to come empty, open your heart and get a notepad, get a pen, get a bottle of water or a glass of water near you. So you won't have to hover around. You can just sip and then pay proper attention. My slide is my guide. If this slide will be shared with you guys later, it's actually scanty. I really don't like putting so many information on the slide. My slide is my guide. I am the drive. So most of the things I'll be sharing with you are born out of my personal experiences, right? And my slide is just to guide me. So while the slide is a good material, I always encourage anybody I'm to train or to teach to please take note because some of the things I will say will not be on the slide, but the slide will trigger those thoughts and those experiences. I hope we learn together. I hope we have, a good time. Can everybody hear me? Are we good to go? Who's excited to be here? I'll be doing this as often as I can so that to know that yes, we are together and the network has not thrown me off. We're in Nigeria. So if I'm always saying, can you hear me? Are we together, please? I really need your response. A thumbs up, an emoji would go a long way because this will make me know that yes, the network has not kicked me, out. So Are we together? Are we good to go? Can you hear me? Are we excited about today's lesson?
Yes, we are. We can hear you.
All right, beautiful. Thank you, Adito. Okay, let us proceed because of time. Okay, so sorry, I may not be viewing the chat too much, but of course I'll try my best once in a while. I'm not really used to Zoom. I use Google Meet a lot, so bear with me just in case it looks like I'm not used to modern facilities, but I'm really used to Google Meet, so bear with me. All right, let's proceed because of time. Okay, so now, let's quickly have, a solid conversation. This is a quick icebreaker, right? When you think about, your favorite brands like Nike, Fenty Beauty, Apple, Versace, what comes to your mind first? You can use the chat to respond. I'll be going through it, right? When you think of your favorite brands like Nike, Fenty Beauty, Apple, what comes to your mind? I mean, okay, I love what Omomi said, innovation. Okay. Agada says stress. I don't understand. Are you responding? Okay. Uh, Nike shoes, sports. Okay. Okay. Who else is going? Who else is going? I'm actually going quality. Steez, innovation. Luxury, Adito, thank you. Lifestyle, Destiny, thank you. Thank you so much, right? Look at, class, Esther, beautiful. Look at the things that are coming from the top of your head when you think of, your favorite brand, right? You know, you are looking at originality, you're looking at quality, you're looking at luxury. You're looking at innovation. What does this tell you? It simply means that, you know, these guys have been able to create an identity, an image in your head by the kind of things they put out, right? Branding as a whole is not, branding as a whole is not just about, it's not just about the logo. It's not just about the design. How do you make people feel when they see your brand? What is that perception of you? How do people see you? How do people feel you? I mean, For us at VivaJet, so okay, our holding company is Falcon Aerospace. We have subsidiaries. We are Falcon Aerospace doing business as VivaJet. We have other subsidiaries, Fly PJX, Charter XC. I really don't want to bore you with all what all these other businesses does, right? I'll just simply narrow it down to VivaJet. So I'll be using VivaJet a lot because that's what we're doing business as a subsidiary of Falcon, right? But then again, for us at VivaJets, how do we try to uphold our identity? Our goal is to position, or we are positioning as a logistics and mobility partner for top African leaders. A logistics and mobility partner. Because we realize that for those top executives, those top CEOs that they are keen on moving Africa forward, time is of the essence. Time is so precious to them. And now we are positioning as a support system to get them where they want to be at the right time. It is not about luxury. As a matter of fact, we have to take off luxury from our positioning. I know when you hear the word private jets, what comes to your mind is luxury. Do you know that if you want to fly from Nigeria to South Africa, you have to probably go to Angola first, Luanda and Angola, before you now pick another, a connecting flight that will take you to South Africa. Imagine a founder that wants to probably go and meet investors in South Africa and has to fly investors that are probably pulling in, into the economy, probably pulling into the business like $20 million. And now he has to go and fly business or first class. And then he has to wait. Ibom or Airpeace will cancel flights because they say, they are not going. Or, something will happen. And then he's to meet with, and then probably he's to come back and see the minister. And there is no time If he does not meet up with the minister, it's probably till the next 1 month because the minister is traveling to Dubai. At that point, these people, they are no longer looking at luxury. They are looking at safety, accessibility, and speed to get their things done. So now, how are we positioning? Other brands may position as, luxury, but we are positioning as a mobility and logistics partner, a support system, helping you. We are moving those who moves Africa forward. That is what is at the back of our mind. That is what we are positioning as. It is beyond logo. Yes, beautiful designs, beautiful aesthetics, awesome, but it is beyond logo. When you hear the word Apple, what comes to your mind? Innovation, luxury. That's what Apple have been doing for a very long time. Apple, they are so terrible. They'll bring a new feature to you. It's a new feature, but it has been existing in Android for the past 15 years. If it is because of the features, people will most likely not be there. But they've carved a niche for themselves. Why brand identity matters? It helps people to recognize and trust you. You know that for us at Falcon or VivaJet, what we are doing is to set ourselves apart from others. When you hear VivaJet, you know we are not the regular, airline, or we're not even an airline per se. We're not a regular, business aviation, brand that putting ourselves apart, like we're setting ourselves apart. We're basically telling the world who we are and what we stand for. So when we're going to meet, business leaders, top CEOs, we are not coming on board to say, we're coming on board to offer support. Our keyword, yes, you pay us, but that's our positioning. What we stand for: reliability, speed, mission-oriented. Our goal is to ensure that you achieve your goals, because once you achieve your goals, Africa is being placed on the map. Brand identity is important because it drives loyalty, because it builds trust. When you build a brand that people like, care, and love, no matter what anybody is saying, they will continue to fall in love with that brand. Are we together, friends? Are we learning? Are we learning? You and I are brands. You and I, we are brands. You can build your personal brand. What do you want to be known for? How do you want people to perceive you? It's beyond the design. It's beyond the sophistication. It's beyond the aesthetics. When people hear your name, what comes to their mind? What do you stand for? There's a saying that says you either brand or be branded. So it's even beyond business branding. We're talking about individuals. Joy is a brand. David is a brand. Adetoun is a brand. Michael is a brand. Miriam is a brand. Now the question is, you standing as a brand, what is the perception? When people see you, hear you speak, what comes to their mind? Are they excited? Are they inspired? How are you positioning yourself? Before we start looking at the AI, aspects, we need to understand the foundations. Are we together, friends? Are we learning? Let's look at traditional versus AI branding. The old way of doing it, expensive designers. It was difficult to get designers to come on board and say, oh, want to do stuff, want to do stuff, want to get, create an image of a particular, I mean, it was really difficult. But then again, you spend more, as an individual that is just starting, you spend so much. You can't, it's not easy for you to hire, a designer, the long timelines and everything for them to create something. But with the advent of AI is quick, affordable, and there are a lot of creative tools that you can use. You don't need a design degree to create a stunning logo today. I am not a graphic designer, but my slides, I didn't do them myself. I didn't contact a designer to do it for me. I simply sat down and I used the tool. I worked on my content and I sat and I did the design. There are templates. I just simply need to have a foundational knowledge of designs, have a design eye, and then I have it. Are we learning? So AI branding, when you see, we need to start, the thing is that, excuse me, most of us are familiar with these tools. Most of us know these tools. We know, but we don't use them. It does not make sense. We know these tools. We know how important these tools are, but we don't use them. And it shouldn't work like that. Are we together? Are we learning? It shouldn't work like that. So I am of the opinion that as a person, you should begin to pay close attention to the different creative tools that are out there. Artificial intelligence. There are tools that have AIs embedded in them. Okay? You can create logos and designs in minutes. Canva is there. There are different tools you can use to come up with designs. You can generate unique images. There's Midjourney, there's Dale. I mean, if your goal is to put out more content on Instagram, if your goal is to brand, there are some tools that can actually help you. All you have to do is to experiment with, color palettes and brand aesthetics. Just have a little basics of big design basics, and then you're good. But first of all, I'm not saying you should outsource your brain to AI, because you are the one that you have to know what you want and then partner with AI to get something better out of it. Excuse me. Okay. Are we together? Like I said, you can create logos and designs in minutes. Once you already know what you stand for, now you have to do research. Brands that position in this manner, what kind of aesthetics, what kind of feel do they have? What kind of feel do they have? This is going to be a call to action for all of you. First, you need to build your brand as an individual. You need to have an idea. What do you want to be known for? What do you want to stand for? How do you want to be perceived? All of these things must be at the back of your mind first. If you can get that foundation, then you're good. This foundation is critical. You can also use AI in brand voice and messaging. Gone are those days where we struggle to think of captions, think of copies. And there are AI tools that can help you come up with a unique brand voice. A unique one. AI tools can help you find your voice. You can write catchy slogans, Instagram captions, or blog posts. But now, I'm not saying you should outsource your brain to AI. AI is a support system. AI is a partner. You are the one that is to control. I see AI as a tool. Here, there's ChatGPT, there's Jasper, there's Claude, there's different ones. There's Gemini. But my question is, Are you outsourcing your brain? Most of us will write a letter, want to send a letter to an organization. Oh, I'm applying for a job. Oh. Even we'll copy the part that ChatGPT or Gemini says, feel free to adjust to fit. We'll copy it and add and send. Why? We don't want to think. We don't want to use our head. Yes, we're telling you to leverage AI, but we're not telling you to outsource your brain. We're not telling you to outsource your brain. That is the problem. We are so much excited with the idea of generative AI tools that we forget that we need to use our head. How do you, when people read your stuff, what feeling do you want them to have? It must come from inside first before AI can help you. AI cannot amplify what you don't have. It has to come from your loins, from the inside of you. I am an advocate for artificial intelligence, but I'm not an advocate for being dumb. As a matter of fact, recently I was telling my friend, I said, I feel I'm not as smart as I used to be. Because before you know it, Joel knows how to write. I could sit down, count ideas, and write. But because there's so much work, and then I need to be churning on the go, I'll just turn to my, give me ideas on something. Oh, okay. Then I'll start, no, I don't want this, I don't want this. I'll start scrutinizing, sit down, think of something. I want something that is something like this, and then I'll not go and amplify. Before, I'll be the one to sit down, think of that thing, amplify it myself. Who is this guy? Right. But then my friend now said, no, you are smarter because these ideas are still from you. Just that you now churn out with speed. And I said, that's true. Before, I would use like 7 hours to write a detailed marketing strategy, churning these things out from my head without any, artificial intelligence to give. I will sit down, you can feel my tone and everything, but I spend so much time. I spend so much time. I was like, oh, my friend, that's true. Because at the end of the day, this thing makes my work faster. Just that I now miss those periods that I used to have brainstorm sessions with myself, but I don't have that time and there's so much to do. I now told myself, moving forward, whatever information I want AI to help me with, I have to give it first. Then it will help me and build on it. So if I'm writing a copy, that copy comes from me. Most best I'll say, bro, how you doing today? I'm good. Please help me to adjust and correct any grammatical error in this particular piece. Fine tune it. I want to have an emotional tone. You know my brand voice already. Capture it. I'll say no. Most times I get it. I see what it gives to me. I say now go and use my original copy. Some people, I want to create content around help me and create content around exercise. You carry it and give. And before you know it, it's giving you are using the same, in today's fast-paced world. Everybody's using into this fast-paced world. Are we together, friends? Are we learning? So, AI in customer experience. AI in customer experience. I mean, there are different artificial intelligence chatbots like ManyChat that can actually help you to answer questions, right? You can get personalized recommendations, because you like this. I mean, there are a lot of, AI has been built into most of the tools that we use today. Most of the tools, right? And most of us are familiar with it. For instance, you're scrolling through Netflix and then those of you that would like watching Korean movies, there's no way I'll come to your feed and then they'll suggest action movie. It's always going to be Korean movies. But if you come to my feed, if you have not seen Gone, 1, 2, Cha Cha, know that it's not my Netflix because that is it. They will keep recommending, content that is what is related to what I consume, right? They'll keep recommending content that is related to what I consume. All right, but for you that love Korean movies, that's what they'll do. They'll keep recommending stuff like that to you. right? Personalized recommendations. And now most of us, we see this thing flying around on social media. A creator will make a post and then say comment. They will now say comments contract to get the dedicated link. You think it's that creator that is going to their, to their what's it called? To your DMs to send those things. Imagine sending like DMs to 1,000 people. They don't have that time. It is who? It is an AI tool that does that work for them. They've integrated everything. You can build stronger connection with your audience because artificial intelligence can help you connect better. You're not leaving any customer hanging. You can simply answer basic questions that they would have, even when you're not available. And then what's the benefits of AI for branding? It saves time and money. Instead of you to go and carry plenty money and give to somebody that would design logo. I'm not saying that's not good. Don't get me wrong. As a matter of fact, if I have a very solid project, I'll still give. But for someone that is building their personal brand, that a small business owner that wants to quickly get things off the ground and does not have the big budget to pay somebody, you may probably be trying to experiment with the brand, right? And you don't want to pump in so much money. AI, artificial intelligence tools can actually help you kick off. Artificial intelligence tool can actually help you to just kick off. Are we together? Right? Saves time and money. It gives you fresh ideas on demand. I mean, you have these generative AI tools you can use them to create what's it called? To create content, to come up with different content ideas. Are we together? Are we learning? Beautiful. And then you can keep your brand consistent across Instagram, TikTok, and website because, of course, you can use AI tools to come up with copies. You can use AI tools to generate images. You can use AI tools to design. You can use AI tools to design. I mean, there's so much you can do with these tools. But the question is, but are you doing it? You can even use AI tools to personalize at scale. If this is even in emails, those of us that we send emails a lot, tools like MailChimp has embedded AI features in them. You can send an email to 10,000 people and then everybody's feeling like you're sending them a direct message. You can send like 1,000 people DMs via Instagram and they will all feel like that you are sending them a direct message. Okay? Challenges and cautions. Challenges and cautions. Artificial intelligence can feel, generic if you just copy and paste, right? So most of us, what we do is we just pick this tool, create, and then copy. Mostly when we're trying to write captions, we're trying to write scripts, we just keep copying and no. See, artificial intelligence is a support. You are the brainchild. You are the idea merchant. You are in the driver's seat making things happen. Don't lose your personal spark and originality because you can't think. I am not an advocate for it. You must be willing to exercise your brain. You must be willing to stretch yourself because a mind that is not a genius can't churn out quality. If you don't have a genius habit, if your mentality is not tailored towards, being solid, you can't churn out quality. And that's the truth. You can't. I send proposals and be like, this is wonderful. I'll just sit down and smile. If you know the time I spent in coming up with the ideas and collaborating with AI to actually help me flesh it out. Most times we just sit down and be like, oh, write an application letter. AI will help me. Write and copy and feel free to add. Even AI will help you and put qualities that you don't have. When you get there, you will now be flopping. I thought you said you work under pressure. Yeah, I did not say it, but it's reading your application. Oh, ChatGPT. I dare tell you to put down one. Fight will start. They'll tear somebody's shirt. They'll send you back home. Start from square one. The complaining village people. Whereas it's not village people. You had the problem. Always add your personality. Like I said, AI is an assistant, not your replacement. If you think that AI is going to be here to replace you, I'm very sorry. Well, it can. It can replace those that are not smart. Because the goal is to make sure that you control the tools. Like you're in the driver's seat telling them what to do. For everything that AI can do, AI cannot do marketing. For everything AI can do, AI cannot do marketing. AI cannot do branding. AI cannot give you a brand voice. You know the kind of voice you want to use. AI can make suggestions. AI can recommend. But you had want to see, this is what I want. This is what I think would work for the kind of brand I'm building. This is how I want to be perceived. This is what I want to be known, what I want to be known for. It's not left for you to now say, okay, based on what I want to be perceived, Mr. AI, what color, what brand color do you think will clearly communicate the value I want to put out? You see how you're partnering, getting AI thoughts. AI will now search based on other people that have probably done something similar to what you do, and then give you suggestions. It's not left for you to take and be like, no, I really don't like this color, but can you use this color? That is you owning the journey. That is you owning the journey. Are we together? Are we learning? Here are some key takeaways. That's why I also added some takeaways for you, just in case. Okay? Somebody will say, okay, Joel, amazing stuff. But how do we get started? I will not tell you to go and start jumping on one artificial intelligence tool and be using it. You have to start with you, your values, your vibe, your vision. As an individual that is probably trying to build a personal brand, what do you want to be known for? Somebody asked in the chat, what tool did you use to create these slides? I used Canva. These are Canva designs. I used Canva. Okay. So you have to start with you, your values, your vibe, your vision. That it is you. It is what you want to position as. It is the brand you want to push, how you want it to be seen or felt, that will actually help you to know the kind of tools you will use and the kind of experimentation you will make and the kind of result or output that you will get. Everybody can simply go and say, create an image of a duck. But is that actually what you want? So you have to start with you, your values, your vibe, your vision. You need to combine your creativity plus AI support for the best results. Because if you're not creative, I've said it before and I'll still say it again, you can't outsource your brain. You should not. Those that have the best result are those that see AI tools as a support system and not taking charge. Keep it authentic. Your story is your power. Never lose your voice when you're trying to create content, write copies. People want to know you for something. And it's important that you let it stick. Keep your voice authentic. Let the originality come out. And I'll leave you with this. Always remember, right? Always remember that artificial intelligence does not erase your voice, it amplifies it. If used right, it should not erase your voice. Instead, it should amplify it. it should amplify it. The tools that I've shared, the tools that I've talked about, use them to build brands that reflect your uniqueness. Because at the end of the day, people don't buy design. People buy how they are felt, how they are feeling, or what you've made them to feel. Excuse me. So if you make them feel like royalty, they want to associate themselves. If you position yourself like a royal brand, they want to associate themselves with royalty. First, you need to understand your target audience and know the kind of brand you want to build. Who do you want to attract? Are we together? Are we learning? Don't wait for permission. Start creating your brand. Start somewhere. Start from anywhere. There is no template. Okay. First, identify what you want to be known for. Second, begin to strategize and create something. Start creating something. Start experimenting. At Falcon, we experimented before we settled. Before, initially, some of our branded teas at the time, you will see luxury attached to it. But later, after much, how do we want to? First of all, we need to get our brand positioning right. That is what is going to help us. That is what is going to help us. I don't know if there's a question for me. I would love to actually take them before I give the stage to Michael to do. I think he has, practical to show. Are there questions? You can identify with your raise of hand, and then I'll beckon on you. Okay. Hi, Ogawa. You can, I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly. You can unmute and speak, please.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Thank you so much for the opportunity once again. Impactful class, love it. My question is, now, this AI thing, right?
Yeah.
A lot of like for me now, I just started getting into this whole marketing thing. I do graphics design, social media management, so and so. But majority of clients, like, they're always wanting you to like be up to speed, so and so. But I noticed that for people that have had prior experiences to things, like people that are like videographers, main like graphics designers, like when they use those AI tools, it's so much more different. And I don't have any experience, and it's very hard competing with people like those. So like, what do you advise for me on this my journey currently? Thank you so much.
Okay. My advice is that don't compete with those you're supposed to be learning from. You can't compete with those that have been ahead of you. You can only learn from them. There's going to be someone that is better. But the major thing is, are you doing better than what you do previously? The output of tomorrow, is it going to be better than today? Or the output of today, is it better than yesterday? That is how you should see it. Draw inspiration from their work. They obviously started before you. They have an idea. Do research. Those that have gone ahead of you, their thought process. If you can buy their courses, buy. If you can consume their materials, consume. If you can watch YouTube videos on how to think creatively so you can get the best from these tools, please do that. Don't compete with who you should be learning from. I hope that helps.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, hi, Hope. You can unmute and speak, please.
Okay, so good evening.
Okay, Hope, I can't hear you. You're breaking.
You're great and happy. I'm so glad to be in this very brilliant session. I don't know if you can hear me clearly.
Okay, it's
Me
better now.
now.
It's better now.
Hello?
It's better now. It's better now.
Can you hear me now?
It is better. I
Yeah,
can hear
so
you.
okay. So I just have a very short question. More of practicalizing it, right? All that, like, part of, especially the branding part, right? So I want to, for example, I want to be known for as a global humanitarian. As an humanitarian, I want to be like, I want like when they are giving an award of okay, humanitarian for this and that and that. I want, as an humanitarian, and be big in the space of humanitarian, in the humanitarian sector. So what would you say is the practical steps of creating a brand in that space? So,
Okay.
like, the brand positioning, like you mentioned,
Okay.
I just want to give practical examples on how to
Okay, Hope, I
build
think you're
the
breaking, but I
brand
kind of get your question. But I
and
think you're
the
breaking.
name being.
Uh, I kind of got a
I
question.
don't know
You're
if you
breaking.
heard what I said. Hello,
Yes, I
can you hear
heard it.
me?
Just use the chat. Don't
Okay.
worry. Use the chat. Just use the chat. Interact with me on the chat. I will see it. Right. But you were breaking. So but I understand you want to be big in the humanitarian space and you want practical steps on how you can actually do that in building your brand in that area and all of that good stuff. I totally understand. Right. What I will advise is this: go and look for the top 10 people in Nigeria that are currently doing what you want to do. The top 10 people in Nigeria. Most times, the shoe we want to wear, somebody has actually worn that shoe before. Go and look for the top 10 people in Nigeria that are doing what you love. Go and look at their work. Look at the certifications they have. Look at how far they've gone. Look at the kind of content they create. Look at how they are being positioned. Look at their branding. Check social media. Check Instagram. Check LinkedIn. Right? What influence do they have? I mean, what kind of awards, what kind of conferences do they attend? That is what positions you. And humanitarian is broad. You may want to you may want to actually, what's the word? You may want to narrow down, to a particular area, right? So, I mean, I think it's important for you to, I think it's important for you to know that area and then look out for people that are in that space. That is the foundation, right? If it's possible, get a coach, get a mentor in that area. Excuse me. But if you can't, please model them, right? And look at what they are doing now, what you feel you can do differently, and look at how you can actually model the things that they are doing, right? If possible, get their books. If they have courses, pay. If they have material or newsletter, subscribe. Look up to them, learn from them. That is the easiest way to go. You can't build solo. The foundation is there are people that have gone ahead of you, that have started this journey that you're about to start. And they can actually guide you by just watching and looking at the kind of life they've lived, the impact they've made, the programs that they've sponsored, the kind of scholarships they've actually had, grants, and and different impactful, things that have happened in their life. You can learn from that. I hope that works. You can respond to me in the chat. Okay. Hi Destiny, you can unmute and speak, please.
All
Destiny,
right,
please
sir.
unmute.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, good afternoon. I can hear you, Destiny. Please
Yes,
proceed.
thank you for this wonderful opportunity. It's a very big honor, and yeah. So, what I want to ask about this the whole thing is just one question, and the like those big jewelry brand. But I want to ask that what about like a redefining of maybe an art brand that wants to actually like start from like the African origin, and you want to bring back old artworks, just bring it back into reality of things that have been forgotten, and you want to come out and okay, coming out now, and you want to like meet up with the target whereby, because art is so expensive, but people don't really know the worth of art, and not everyone can afford art. Maybe painting, artwork, jewelry, pendant, necklace, and the likes of them. Even stones, they are like pendants and bracelet that are so expensive, as much as 100,000, 50,000, depending on what it's been made from. So, and which is like still part of the branding. So what my question is now, for an brand, that it's literally even Africa, even Nigeria, we don't appreciate our own, don't value ourselves, like we don't value ourselves, our worth, like we don't know our worth. So now bringing art into our economy, like making sure that people like find arts, enticing and all. What do you think? What do you think is the best approach, to that? Because I have a brand, I have a name, like even I've scaled through, I've had this like for 5 years ago, and this class and all is just like, just like a gateway to just to the next level. So what I just want to know right now is, how do you think like they can scale through to the level whereby this brand can, even it's not a thing of 6 months, 8 months, even if it's gonna take 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years, but at least at most this is how far this brand can grow in an interval of maybe 365 days, a year, and massive big change, like a massive big change. And I'm talking about the likes of maybe arts brand using crafting jewelries and all that, which people don't value. We don't value it. Everybody wants to buy gold. This one wants to buy pendant, necklace, and most of them are fake. Like you could barely even see someone that is putting on original gold, and all that like that. And not everyone can afford original gold. Carats, how much is 1 carat, 2 carat, 3 carat, depending on what you can buy. So my question is, how do you think this brand can like get to the face of everyone, that everyone will, oh, I want to buy daily jewelry, I'm interested in daily jewelry, I want to see my name carved on the pendant and necklace and all that. I don't really know if you're getting my question, but there is something I'm trying to achieve, because Nigeria, art has gone down. People don't value art again. People don't value our own creativity. The passion has died down. A lot of people don't even see art as something, because I could remember last 2 years I made a pendant out of coconut shell, and I sold one for 5,000 naira, and in a week I made 45,000 naira from just 5 pendants. And one allergy opposite rental hotel, just he bought one from my hand for the rate of 15,000 naira to 20,000 naira, and I actually helped him to rebrand his test view, this Muslim stuff they used to use to produce test view. I rebranded his test view for him. So now I feel for the fact that this man bought this test view, this man is a big man, an allergy. He does his burial change, buys gold and all that, and he appreciated my work. So I felt like if I could push more,
Let me
majority
step
of
on
people can,
the
okay, sir. So
and
sorry,
just go
so
to the
sir.
point.
Yes, sir. So what I want to know is like, how do you think, because okay, the brand is there, everything is there, and even down to pushing and advertising, you have to monetize, you have to spend and all that. But like, what I want to know is the this identifying the tactics and all. How do you think it's, I don't know. There's a way I'm trying to put this question, but I'm not getting the right
Okay,
way to put it. Yes.
I get your point. Right. Two things. Uh, there are two ways to go around this kind of, idea, which is one, let me reiterate your question to know that I understand. You're
Okay,
trying to
sir.
promote a different kind of culture that has died down, but you want people to begin to embrace this culture, right?
God bless you. Yes, sir.
And then, you need to bring it to a space that has actually moved from that particular culture to embracing the goals, and which the goals per se that they're even embracing are inferior iron sprayed in gold color.
Yes, sir.
Understandable. In marketing we say identify a problem and solve it. Now you
Mm,
need to ask yourself, is there a demand for what you want to do? If there's no demand for what you want to do, so is there a community that is interested in what you want to do? Build community. Have a community of people that are interested in this product or in this thing that you're putting out. You can't win everybody. So that you don't start a crusade and struggle. What you have to do is this: get look build a community, create content around the need for for the usage of this particular product that you've talked about. Your content should be around the benefits. The content
Okay,
should be
sir.
around. These are the kind of content you should put out, educating people about the importance, right, of using this kind of products. And not just because they have to use it. You must also talk about the beauty of it. You must also be able to show them samples of how beautiful it is. Don't forget you're trying to tell people to leave their gold, fake gold, to come and buy this particular product and style themselves. It must be worth it in terms of beauty. Because if it is not, you're only creating something that only you will watch. And build a community around it. Get models, build a community, both local community, host community events for yourself, and invite people that are interested in, the African culture, the African designs, aesthetics, and all of that, and have conversations and spotlight and showcase your products that you've actually created. These are one of the ways that you must start from with a community-driven approach. That is how you can scale. That is how you can drive adoption. If you just go about and start saying this has to be done,
You've answered my question, sir.
you will not get the results. I hope that
Thank you
works
so
out.
much,
All right, thank you. You're welcome. All right. So
sir.
let me try to check through the chat and see if there are questions. Mommy, what tool did you use to create? Yeah, I used Canva. I guess someone has responded. I use Canva to do my designs. Okay, this is from Rashida. My question: after the visual brand design, like logo, colors, and style, what comes next in the overall branding process? Hmm. Specifically, where does the marketer's role begin? What tasks do they handle, and what tools or channels do they use to actually reach the audience? As a matter of fact, the first thing I think you missed it a bit. The first foundation is even the target audience. How do you want to be positioned? After you've known your positioning style, now you need to now understand who your target audience is, where are they located, what channel do they operate on, what to like. Now you can't find us on TikTok. My company is not on TikTok. We brought the conversation up. I will look at no, 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 no. People on TikTok can't have. If we put it there is just going to be plenty of curse and insults. We, my what's it called? My head of department sent me a link. I said, Joel, he sent me a link to a particular TikTok page, a competitor. When the guy, yes, went viral, a lot of views, but if you see the comment, it was outrageous. The guy posted the price on the private jets, flying, 3,000, no, 6,000, because we don't charge in naira. I think a bit 7K per hour or so. And then people like 7,000 for Lagos to Abuja here. Wow. A lot of negative, no one good comment. So it's not on TikTok. You need to know the platform. Our audience, they're on Instagram, they're on LinkedIn. Those are our two primary platforms that we use because that is where we can find them. I want to go and put on Twitter. Twitter can be manageable, but you need to know you can't be on all platforms because, or if you're building a personal brand, not all platforms need your message. Not all, not all at all, right? So after you've created your design and everything, that is one aspect of it. The next thing is, what is your marketing strategy? How do you want to penetrate the market? What is your go-to market strategy? A GTM, a go-to-market strategy, is different from a marketing strategy. You need to know the difference. A go-to-market strategy mostly are created for a product or for a new business that is just entering into the market. Are we together? So you must know who you want to target, the foundation. That is going to actually influence the kind of designs you bring out because you don't want to create a design that is not appealing. I don't know if that works. After you've done your designs, know your target audience, create a market strategy or go to market strategy, and begin to implement. I hope that helps. Okay, let me see the comments if there are other questions. Okay, so basically knowing whom the target audience is, right? Yes, you must know for like who is your target audience? Who do you want to reach? Who are those people that needs your message, that needs to hear your message, and then they can understand and then you can actually have them as paying customers. Okay, thank you so much for saying this. I think I should focus on where my part. Okay, sir, your voice is kind of lower. Sorry, I think I'm a little bit under the weather. That's why. But can you hear me now? Is it clear now? Please, if it's clear, let me know. I'm kind of under the weather. That's why I think my voice is low. But I hope you can hear me clearly now. All right. So, are there any other questions before I draw the curtain here? Thank you so much, guys, for having me. It's really been an awesome time with you. And thank you to the organizers of this particular engagement. It's really solid and solid people that are here as well, right? Big kudos to everyone. That is what I always tell people is for you to be on this call and learning. It simply means that there is this hunger in you that wants to kill mediocrity, that wants to actually succeed. And kudos to you. Clap for yourself because it's not easy. There are a lot of people now on a Sunday, they're out there doing oblate, jumping up and down, but you're here learning something that will change your life. And kudos to you. You're doing amazing work. Hi, Omoumi. I will take your question and then go to Abigail before we draw the curtain. Please unmute and speak. Thank you. Hi, Omoumi. Can you unmute and speak, please? If your network is not good, you can as well just type your question in the chat. Hi, Abigail. You can unmute and speak, please.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon. Thank you so much, sir, for this enlightening section. My
Yeah.
question is this, sir. I create, I'm a content creator. I actually social media man. I do it for people, but I decided this year that I was going to start my own page. So I started out something on TikTok where I tell African stories actually because of my interest and my love for history and issue that has to do with Africa and Nigeria. So I tell African stories, Nigerian stories, just issues that has to do with it. But recently, I just found out that I just started getting tired. I started getting a bit tired, not because I feel like because I've had a content that have given me quite a view. I've had some content that give me quite a view and quite reactions, but I just started getting tired. So I just don't know, sir. I don't know. I know for people like you that have seen it up there. So what do you do in times where, as a time, you just feel like this thing is stressful, you're wasting time. It just seems like you arriving to where you're going just seems a bit long because you have to put in a lot. What do you do at those times? That's my question, sir.
Okay, I share. I mean, I share your frustration. I totally understand, right? And to be honest with you, it's not easy, but I can actually tell you something that can help.
Okay,
One thing
sir.
that will continue to fly is community, right? You know, people that can actually hold you by the hands when you feel weak and weary. Your energy can carry you all the time. You need people that can remind you of why you started. You need to have a strong why. Why are you creating?
Okay, sir.
Right? What's the benefit? Why did you start? Follow creators online and sanitize your social media feed. Learn from people or listen to people that had their conversations, tailored towards seeing you become better. From the top of my
Okay.
head, I can recommend Silent King. He's tagged as a creator's creator. He's always creating content around why creators should keep creating and they should never stop. Right?
The
People like
name
that,
again, sir. Okay.
Salem King,
Okay.
Salem,
Okay.
Salem King on Instagram and TikTok. I mean, if you go to Salem King's profile, you can still spend an hour watching his content and you feel energized and alive again. He's always
Okay,
telling
sir.
stories about how he started as a creator. He has about 270,000 followers currently. I mean, I think you should actually follow him.
Okay, sir.
That it works. Don't run away from community. Community is going to be what will help you. I can't tell you that it's always going to, your enthusiasm is going to always be up there. It will not. That's the fact. And two, you don't have to create when you feel like. Create like a raging monster when you don't feel like. When you feel like,
Okay.
when you have that energy, I mean, when you are enthusiastic, when there's so many ideas in your head, create so much that even on your weekdays, you have something to post, right?
Okay, sir.
That's pretty
Yes, sir.
consistent. And another thing again is you have to be honest with yourself. Don't join people and be doing 120 days challenge where you know that your threshold is just 3 days.
Mm.
In fact, accepting that you are lazy is a step to actually getting to the level you want to get to. That is what we don't tell ourselves. Somebody that has a threshold of 90 days challenge will go and start, and you tell yourself that you can do it. 7 days you are off. Celebrate your wins. Tell yourself that I want to do 3 days challenge, and you do it. Tap yourself in the back.
Yes.
They tell yourself that okay, I want to do 7 days challenge, and you do it. You tap yourself in the back. Gift yourself something. If I can actually create content consistently for 6 days and post for 6 days, I'm going to take myself out. Reward yourself for the work you do. Before you know it,
Yes.
you'll be doing 90 days challenge. Before you know it, you'll be doing 120 days challenge with yourself, right? Currently, Silent King is doing 102 days or 101 days challenge, and he's already on day 76. He has been going
Well,
because why he told himself he's basically sharing content for creators. And you also need to reduce the barrier of creating. You don't need to have a beautiful
okay,
back
sir.
all the time. If you can create on the go, create. Will never stop. I mean, most of these things that I'm sharing with you, you may probably find so much more on Silent page. That's someone I
Yes,
can
sir.
actually recommend. That
Thank you so much, sir.
I hope that works.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you guys for having me. It's really been an amazing time here. I'll draw the curtain now. Thank you, Michael. Please, you have the stage. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joel. I mean, can we just give him a wholesome round of applause and all that lovely emoji to show how the branding session made you feel? I mean, we are talking about feelings, so let's display feelings too to us today, facilitators. So it's been a very interesting class. I was going to do a practical session on knowing people, but I mean, I look at the time, I look at today being Sunday and people having other things to do, and I said, okay, let me just do it in a video format and share to the class. So what I would do is, because even from our last week session, yes, you have time, but not everybody has time. And even personally, I don't want us to like keep going on and on. We've had like Q&A and all that. So I like things just being done well, but looking at time and letting people enjoy themselves too while at it. So what I would do is I would create a series of videos and share with the class, so that you can take it as tutorials for practical sessions, because I want you to go back home and implement on what you've learned from yesterday and today. Trust me, the two speakers have been awesome. They've packed so much knowledge, to as many as I've attended and watched it. But it's not enough to attend. You really have to put in the work. And that is why it's a boot camp. It's a training session, it's a training event. We are building a community of people who are very, interested and motivated to build, to create, to have fun in the creative process, really. So with that, I'd like to call today's session to a close and encourage everyone to just, yes, there's a group chat for the boot camp on WhatsApp. I believe if you registered, you should have gotten the email to that effect or been added via, WhatsApp. All right. So with that, I will bring in today's session to a close. Thank you, everyone. Have a blissful, and very interesting new week. Cheers. Yeah.